Hello, welcome back to a new mini episode of the IR Strikes Back. So, today we're talking about Wednesday, Season 2, Part 1. Yes, you do not dream. We're finally up to date to the actuality. Yes! So, what do G20 and the new season of Wednesday have in common?
I don't know. Tell me.
The K-pop.
If, guys, you haven't seen G20 yet, just click here to watch.
So, K-pop. Okay, that might be a bit intense. No, there's no song of K-pop in G20. No, do not try to find it, okay? But what they do have in common is that they both place South Korea as an important actor in their respective projection of soft power.
Actually, in Season 2, Part 1 of Wednesday, you can find the song Oh, Hey, Yeah from Mamamoo.
Yes, Mamamoo, which is a very well-established girls group of K-pop, which has debuted a bit before Blackpink from what I remember. And their song is featured in the first few minutes of Season 2. Why?
Probably because we can notice in popular culture we have more and more collaboration between Western artists and Korean singer like Coldplay and BTS.
Yes, or Blackpink and Selena Gomez.
Or Maroon 5 and Lisa.
Or more recently, Rose and Alex Warren. But we can also notice the Korean soft power is also present in streamers' communities. Because yes, the American soft power is also made of streamers. Some people might argue that it doesn't, but we argue the opposite. The streamers are also a kind of soft power nowadays, especially since the members of Offline TV, Lily, Ivani, and Jody, recently made a special episode in which they were featured trying to be K-pop idols.
Also, we have some K-pop idol who became independent, like Mark Turan, Jackson Wang, and Age, who made important link with the streamer community.
For example, recently Jackson Wang was seen in a live stream with Pokimane, which is, by the way, Canadian. And also Mark Tron has been seen playing with Offline TV at Among Us during the pandemic. Ige have been seen singing the first part of Lily Pichu's concert, first ever concert. We're Canadian, so we cannot ignore the magnificent collaboration between Ryan Reynolds, which plays Deadpool, and Stray Kids. Because if you didn't know, Ryan Reynolds was featured in the video clip of Chicka Chicka Boom as Deadpool with Hugh Jackman, and Stray Kids was supposed to make an apparition in the newest Deadpool movie. But due to too busy schedule, it was impossible. But maybe we'll see them in the next Marvel movie. Who knows?
So yeah, K-pop can be everywhere nowadays. But can we go back to Wednesday and the character Enid?
Yes. So we already mentioned that in the first few minutes of Wednesday, we hear a song of Mamamoo. But there's also the fact that the actress that plays Enid, Emma Myers, is really big fan of 17.
Yeah, you may have heard about the interview Emma Myers gave at the Jimmy Fallon show, in which she explained why the group 17 is named 17, but there are only 13 members.
Yes, and she has been featured at least one 17 concert.
Yeah, now we get it. Emma Myers is a huge fan of K-pop. But the song in Wednesday is not only thanks to her. I mean, they could just put another song of Lady Gaga since their song Bloody Mary in season 1 of Wednesday was a huge hit when the season 1 came out. But now we don't only have Lady Gaga. We are talking about having some surprise guests in season 2, part 2?
Okay, let's rewind. So you may think that what we're explaining that in G20 there is a deep preference to South Korea as an ally, and that in Wednesday there's also a clear preference for featuring Korean artists. It's not only an extrapolation of our reading of this series, because one, Emma Myers is a huge fan of 17, and two, there's a K-pop song which is not from 17, Mamamoo, which is a girls' K-pop group that is featured. So we believe that G20 and Wednesday are both trying to picture South Korea as an ally for the US. And it is due to the fact that this soft power is representing them as such. But as much as our field, the international relations, like to focus on foreign policy, the soft power is not only made of politics, it's also made of people. The different actors in the cultural sphere in the US, from Hollywood, the streamers, the singers, and even the artists, painters, etc., are all essential components that are at the very source of the American soft power. Without them, there's no soft power. So the preference matters. The fact that all Hollywood has a big positive bias towards K-pop and Korean artists is a big sign that you're influenced by the politics of the US that is very positive towards South Korea. And then these politics influences actors to invest in projects featuring them or encouraging them. And it encourages normal citizens to believe that K-pop is popular, K-pop is good, K-pop is interesting, K-pop is nowadays familiar because we see American singers doing collabs with K-pop idols and K-pop idols starting to sing in English. So to summarize it, since the American soft power is nowadays diminishing in its attraction, they try to find ways to retain this attraction by collaborate with the Korean soft power. And it's called boring soft power to maintain his own, and the Korean soft power gets something from it. They can have a more broader audience by collaborating with artists from Hollywood, streamers.
So yeah, this episode is about Wednesday, but we don't talk very much about what happened in this TV show, but it's more about how politics is everywhere.
Yes, and how it influences also the cultural spheres, because the big projection of Korean soft power is helping the clear positive bias towards South Korea. So it's like a positive circle that goes round and reinforces the collaboration in which both parties get out with something that they want, because South Korea still sees the US as an ideal attained and to go beyond. So collaborating with Hollywood, with streamers, with artists, it's like being at the top, and it helps them reinforce the fact that they're the top now and they play in the big leagues, at the international leagues, and they can reach broader audiences which are already exposed and likes American soft power, whereas the American soft power can sustain itself. So we know since a few days ago we learned that it might be possible that a member of 17 might appear in season 2 part 2 of Wednesday. So tell us if we were right or wrong in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you once more for listening, and let's see each other to our newest episode.
Ciao!
Bye!